Do you want to know what's happening around the world of sports? Look no further than The Bench with your host, Blaine Owl.
It is Friday, and this is The Bench. Welcome back. Thanks for watching. This will be our last episode before Thanksgiving break, which is next week. We start right off by personally my favorite section to cover right now is high school football. We take a look at some of the Week 13 matchups brought to you by Dick Lunken's Auto Body Shop. Got a bump, call lump. In Division 1, we have Colerain taking on Elder. Both teams are riding hot right now. Two different style of offenses. The triple option and the throwing spread offense. Mentor takes on St. Ed's. This was a 1-point game in Week 2 with a Mentor win. I'm thinking whoever wins this has a really good shot of taking home the D1 title. Division 2, Archbishop Hoban takes on Mashland Washington in a rematch of last year's state match. Whoever wins this, I also believe, has a great shot at winning it all for their division. Harrison takes on LaSalle in a good 1-2 high-powered offenses. In Division 3, Trotwood takes on Baden. I got Trotwood in a close one. Also in Division 3, Sandusky will battle with Mayfield. That is set up to be a good game. In Division 4, Cincinnati, Wyoming takes on Valley View. In Division 5, West Liberty Salem takes on West Jefferson. Division 6, Anna plays Arcbold. And Division 7, New Bremen plays Marion Local. Staying on football, we head to college football, bringing you some of this weekend's top games. Obviously, number 1 is Ohio State, Penn State. Number 2 versus number 9. Top showdown in Columbus as Fields and Young will clash with Sean Clifford and KJ Hamler. Let me know who you guys got. Texas plays Baylor as the Bears took that devastating loss last week to Oklahoma. Georgia will play Texas A&M. Michigan plays a sneaky Indiana team, but the Wolverines will be all right. And finally, Cincinnati plays Temple. There were 2 MAC games yesterday on Wednesday night. Toledo took on Buffalo in a high-scoring game, 49-30, with a Buffalo pulling out the win. Akron took on Miami in a close 3-point game as the Redhawks would get a 20-17 victory, as true freshman from Colerain, Ivan Pace Jr., set a record with 6 sacks on the night. At this point in the show, I bring in senior football and basketball player Riley Hill to talk about his commitment to the Urbana University. Welcome back. I'm here with senior basketball and football player Riley Hill as we talk about his commitment to Urbana University to continue his football and athletic and academic career. So, Big Riles, I got to ask you, how was your senior year finishing at Piqua, playing under Coach Bill Neese, and just being around the program for 4 years? What can you describe your high school experience as?
It was the time of my life. I had the most fun ever playing with these guys and Coach Neese, playing for them. Didn't end how I'd like it to end, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah. So can you give me a little insight on what the recruiting process was kind of like for Urbana and what led you to them specifically?
I think what led me to Urbana was it was close to home, and they were picking up in recent years and seasons of winning, and them winning has attracted me. And their offensive line coach played in the NFL and for Ohio State, and I feel like I could learn the most from them.
Yeah, I know Coach Haynes has it really going up there at Urbana right now. They're having a great season. I've seen him around, obviously, to a couple of our games here there for recruiting you and stuff. So have you talked to him? Like, are you going to continue to play on the offensive line, guard, maybe move to center? What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, I've talked to him a couple of times, and it's depends on how much my weight, where it's at. I can play center or I can play guard.
Okay.
He said it's really up to me.
Cool. So what is some of the things that you can take from high school that you think you'll be able to take from high school football into college football? Because it's a whole different world from lifting, conditioning. It's just a faster pace. So what do you think you can do to help improve getting in there and immediately making an impact on that offense?
I think I just need to work on my conditioning. I have the technique down from Coach Neese. He's one of the best technicians around. He teaches it well. I just got to get more in shape and stronger.
Okay. So academically wise for Urbana, are you going to study in a major? Are you undecided? Do you know what you're going to pursue academically?
I'm going to go into civil engineering.
Okay, cool. Out of all those college things you can pick, why civil engineering?
I think I like engineering, I like math, and I like building stuff, and I like working stuff out.
Cool. Obviously, you're not a one-sport athlete. You're a two-sport athlete playing basketball. What can you tell me about what you're looking forward to heading into this basketball season, and what are some of the goals for you and goals as the team?
I like basketball. Basketball's always been my favorite sport, but I think I'm better at football. But basketball, I hope we win the MVL. There's some good teams in there, but I think we have a shot.
Perfect. This is Blaine Uhl. I've sat down with senior basketball and football player Riley Hill as we talk about his commitment to Urbana. Back to the studio. Thursday night NFL game. Deshaun Watson and the Texans would battle Jacoby Brissett and the Colts. A hard-fought battle by both teams with even records would end up with a 3-point victory for the Texans, 20-17. In the NBA, on Wednesday, the duo of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George would finally see some action on the court as the Clippers would get an overtime win against the Celtics, 107-104. The Nuggets beat the Rockets 105-95. The Bucks beat the Trailblazers 137-129 as Melo Anthony had 18 and the freak of nature, aka Giannis, had 24. With those scores being done, we're going to go ahead and jump into the monologue. Today's monologue, I'm going to talk about what I'm thankful for coming up on this year's Thanksgiving, that obviously being next week. Since we won't have any of the bench airing next week, we're just going to go ahead and try to wrap everything up into this episode on Friday. So a couple things that I'm obviously thankful for include my family, the obvious ones, friends, and one of the ones that I think a lot of people know I'm thankful for, but is so important to me, is sports. I am extremely thankful for sports. Honestly, I'm not too sure what my life would look like if I didn't play sports. Sometimes I wonder what my life would look like if I didn't play sports, and it just does not seem right for a guy like me to not be out there doing something, playing a sport. I just feel at home when I'm on the field or on the court somewhere, even just playing around with friends. It makes me comfortable playing sports. So I'm extremely thankful for that. I'm also extremely thankful for this class, my friends in this class, my teachers that always pushing me to do my best. And I want to say thank you again for everyone that is watching this show. This has been The Bench, and I'm your host, Blaine Uhl. Have a great weekend.